Well. Welcome everybody, and welcome to the joy of painting with Monet. Today, I am your instructor, Monet, also known as Boob Ross. My pleasure to help you create a lovely landscape today. How am I feeling? A little sleepy, not gonna lie, but I think it's a good mood for painting. What do you think? I'm excited to do this segment today. It's been a while. Since I've done this, I did a couple of these streams near the beginning of my debut. And the purpose has always been to have a very just comfy, like cleavage go, and just a comfy time painting, right? Today, we're going to be doing basically something along the lines of a paint along. I'm going to be showing you some palettes and some techniques that Bob Ross used in his shows, and then we are going to just be painting a lovely landscape. Now, I really welcome you to join me no matter your skill level, no matter, you know, what you are using. No matter what, I really welcome you to join me for this. Cause I think it really is just about the joy of doing it, right? Let me show you some of the previous examples of tabemono paintings we've had before. Here's a very lovely sunset on the lake with some mountains that a tabemono painted before. Here is one of my previous paintings that we did on the very first episode. Just a very lovely little little landscape. I'll teach you how to paint something like this. No matter your skill level, should be pretty easy, right? Here is another painting done by tabemono. Right? It does not matter your skill level, right? I like this one a lot. This one is called Beer. This one is just called Beer. Very, very inspiring. So no matter what, the point of today is just to have fun, you know? How long has it been since you really allowed yourself to just draw? You know, to just paint, to just have fun, to have a little, just a relaxing little moment, right? And I really, really want to stress that it does not matter your skill level. If you don't consider yourself good at art, if you don't have a fancy art program or anything like that, none of that matters, right? None of that matters. Today, what matters is that you have fun. That you have fun and that you take it easy today. So, I personally am going to be using a software today called Procreate. It is a software on the iPad. Here, let me show you properly. We're using a software on the iPad, so today we're going to be doing this digitally. I recommend really, literally anything. You can do this with crayons if you want to. If you have real paint, go crazy, right? I'm going to be teaching you mostly just digital techniques and stuff like that. Really, just honestly, anything works. MS Paint, anything, you know? Literally anything. If you don't have anything to paint with, or if you don't have anything to like draw with, I recommend using, for example, magma.com. It's a browser-based drawing software you can use on your computer, and it should work pretty okay. It should work alright. It should work alright. Krita is free. You can use Paint Tool Sai, use Krita, Magma, all sorts of things like that. So, the one thing I do want to show is we are going to be using a very specific palette today. Of course, you don't have to stick to this, but I think it does help. At least if you want to stay kind of like on the more traditional Bob Ross inspired. So this is the color palette that Bob Ross himself uses. My filters might be messing this up a little bit. So feel free to post it in the Discord. Yeah, I can post it in the Discord. Here, hold on. I can post it in the Discord, and then I can link it in the chat too for those of you that are not in the Discord. Let me see where it is. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, let me link this. Sensei! Hi, Sensei! Welcome! Here is the... oh, shit. Yeah. Here is the palette that we are using today. Should be all set. So that is, do you see the link? Can you see the link there? You see the link I posted? Cool. You should be able to use that, and it should work all okay. So, like I said, you don't have to use this palette. It's only if you really want to, right? Oh, I forgot to, hold on. I forgot to get it on my side. Hold on. Give me one moment to get it prepared on my side too. So today I'm using a new iPad that I got around my birthday. I've been slowly getting used to using it. It's pretty nice. My old iPad had some battery issues, so it's very nice to like have something that's a little bit more reliable. Bob Ross palette. Here we go. Let me get it on my side too. Now I want you guys to start thinking about what kind of scene you want to paint. We can paint the same thing all together if you'd like, but if you have a different idea in mind, that's totally alright. It's totally okay. Alright, let me get my screen back up. There we go. There we go. See ya! So your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday! So I don't know, what kind of vibe do we feel like today? I think I want to paint personally. When I close my eyes and I imagine a beautiful scenery, I think I want to paint a nice bright blue sky. Something like that, like a nice bright blue sky with fluffy clouds, maybe a little bit of pink in the sky and the clouds, right? Some happy little trees, maybe some mountains in the distance, some snow-capped mountains. And a little meadow. I think that's what I want to do. I think that's kind of, you know, when I kind of think of like where I would want to be right now. That sounds really nice. Maybe a monstrosity or two hidden in the fog. You could. That's the fun of it. You could add whatever you want. So today is, if you haven't noticed, I'm gonna try and be a little more soft spoken. If you can't hear me for any reason, just let me know to speak up. You can draw whatever you want. Hopefully my microphone picks up. I'm gonna do wet acrylic. Let me play around with some of my brushes really quick. How's my voice today? My voice is pretty alright. I mean, I was a little tired today. For anybody that doesn't know, I I got pretty drunk last night. And so I got kind of drunk last night and sang my heart out at karaoke. And I did drink a lot of water. So I don't really feel super hungover today. I do feel a little sleepy. I'm gonna be honest, I pushed back the stream 30 minutes. Not for setup. The truth is that I was already all set up and ready to go by 2 p.m. But the truth is that I needed... I was falling asleep at my desk, so I pushed back the stream 30 minutes and I just lied in bed for like 20 minutes and closed my eyes. I was really sleepy. It wasn't really a power nap. I didn't fall asleep. I just closed my eyes for a bit. My karaoke last night was on archived, so if you did not get to see it, well, you just had to be there. You just had to be there. Trying to figure out what brush I like. I do like the oil paint brush, but I don't know. Ooh, I kind of like the gouache. But I think at the end, I will just go with a regular, probably just acrylic brush. So I'm gonna blend some of my colors here on this side. Some white. And I think I want to mix some tallow green, maybe. It's a bit harder mixing the colors digitally than it is traditionally. I feel like traditionally it's a lot easier to blend these kind of colors. What am I painting? Today we're gonna paint a grassy meadow in a beautiful sunny sky. Need some water. I think this is I want a brighter color. I'm not gonna lie, I might just... I really want to keep the Bob Ross palette, but... Sometimes I wonder if I should kind of just use my own, you know what I mean? So I want something brighter. How do I get brighter? I'm doubting his magnificence. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. I think I want to add just a little. I can't really blend these colors that well. So we're gonna have to... gonna have to blend them a little bit ourselves. This over here. There we go. This is more along the lines of the colors I want. There we go. There we go. You can't really mix the colors like I would want to digitally. At least not in Procreate. Some other programs might let you do it, but not this one. I think I'm gonna leave a little bit of space for blending on the side. And I'm gonna paint right around here. Let's go ahead and cover our canvas with... I'm gonna use a round brush. I'm feeling like the round brush today. I'm gonna go ahead and cover everything that I want to be the sky. I think I want my horizon to be around here. I think around here is where I want it to be. Personally, I really like using the round brush with like a low opacity. Right now I have it at full opacity, but when you have like the round brush, even though it's like a very basic circle brush with a low opacity, you can get some really nice effects. Really pretty. I want to see if I can maybe get some of this. Oh, that's really big right there. I'm gonna mix some colors. Some green over here. Oops. Maybe mix it with a little bit of Indian yellow. Let's see. What does this color look like? That's too mustardy. Maybe cadmium yellow? Oh, wait. Ooh, I kind of like this yellow that I got in between. Okay. I'm gonna... Hi, good morning. I want there to be a bit of like a gradient where the horizon meets. I want it to get a little lighter at the bottom. So I'm just gonna go in a little bit. And this is why I like doing a low opacity, because you can kind of get away with doing more of this feeling, right? Just something light like this, right? And just kind of stroking it back and forth. You don't have to get too crazy. I just think it gives it a really nice glow, you know? Kind of like a little bit of like a sunrise kind of glow. Okay. I color a lot. Put some of this here. I'm gonna mix some more green into it. More of that sap green. Maybe like that. Maybe like that. I think around the middle is where I want my horizon to be, like right around here, maybe. You know what though? I think I want to no. Before I do that, I think I want to work on some clouds. So I'm going to. I really like drawing clouds, so I can't help it. I'm very, very excited to draw some clouds. I love drawing clouds. When I was younger, I was taking these private lessons. Basically, I never got to have like actual art school lessons. I never got to go to art school. I never got to have art classes in school, right? So my mom found a local artist that like every other weekend would do private lessons for me, right? I would go over to their family house, and it was very cute because like his little kids would be there, his wife would be there. You know, I was just like this kid that would like come over every other weekend, and on his like dinner table, he would just teach me how to paint. It was very wholesome. It was very wholesome, and it was this guy that would like paint murals for like churches and like youth groups. He had this very cool style where it was kind of like boondock style, but like, you know, he would kind of like adapt that kind of stuff for like churches, right? But he was also a very skilled painter, so I learned a lot from him, right? I made a lot of good paintings learning from him, even if I didn't learn from him for very long. But one of the things that he really taught me how to do well is he taught me how to paint clouds. And I'll never forget. You know, it always just stayed with me, and it made painting clouds really nice. So let's see, how do I want my fluffy clouds to be? I want them to be pretty fluffy, so I think I'm gonna make my brush pretty big. And I'm gonna go in light with low opacity. And just, I'm making little circle motions if you can't tell. And I'm gonna let it be kind of like, I'm putting some pressure on at the top. And I want them to kind of frame like this, and then I'm gonna let them kind of fade off at the bottom. And then I want another layer, so I'm gonna, on top of the ones that I let them fade, I'm gonna do it again, a little stronger, right? And just little circle motions. And I'm gonna let it taper off. I never went to art school. Did I teach myself anatomy and everything? Yeah, I mean, basically I took an anatomy class in college. But that was like a scientific anatomy class. Like, you know, like, it wasn't like an artist anatomy class. It was a kind of anatomy class where like you learn the name of every single bone, and you learn biology, and you dissect, you know, things. I got to dissect a sheep brain. And that was a little terrifying, because sheep brains, I guess they're very close to human brains, and that's why we dissected them, right? They're way softer than you think. And so like it just makes you like, it makes you wonder like, is my human brain this squishy? Is it this squishy? Like, no wonder head injuries are so serious. Cause like if you hit your head, then I can see what the issue would be. It's crazy. Sorry to talk about such a dark topic, but I'm gonna add more clouds over here. This is something I always wondered. But I'll always have a little bit of pride over that anatomy class, because obviously the final test was you had to correctly name every single bone in the body, right? And I got 100%. And I got very excited because I would... Basically, I took that class because I wanted to get better at drawing anatomy, right? And so I would like learn the bones and then I would draw them. I would draw really like detailed diagrams of all my bones and everything. Very cool. Very fun. I don't think I could name most of them anymore, but I do remember bone structure pretty well, right? It's fun. You don't need to know anatomy to be good at art. It helps, but you don't need to. And the really beautiful thing about art is that, like, it can just be anything, you know? If there's soul in it, if there's heart in it, if there's like a message, even when there's really not, then it's really nice. As long as it kind of just has an impact, you know? So I put in like the base of my white, and like I said, it's easiest if you have your brushes on low opacity, right? Because then you can kind of grab from the colors underneath. It's the easiest way to kind of like be able to kind of grab the colors. Because as we go further in this painting, rather than grabbing colors from my palette, and rather than like trying to blend stuff here, I'm just going to grab colors from my painting itself, right? And kind of try to unify them together. So I think rather than using the white I've got, I'm gonna grab this gray right here for a little bit. This gray from the top of this fluffy little cloud here. And I'm going to just kind of puff up these clouds a bit. So I'm gonna add a little bit of white, or rather not white, but just like more color where the clouds would hit the light. And I'm just doing little circle, like little blobs, you know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. But it's better if you think of the clouds as kind of like fluffy layers, right? Rather than one simple object. The secret to making your clouds look really fluffy is this spot right here. You see this right here, like the dark spots in between the light? I think that's the secret to making your clouds look fluffy. I'm gonna make my brush a little smaller. And then like that. Posting these to Monet after the stream. I would love to see them. I would love to see it. I'm gonna do this here a bit. And between each layer, I'm gonna let it like taper out a little bit. I think that effect is very important. Like that. I'm just gonna let it taper out a little. Don't expect too much with mine. Don't have any expectations for yourself. This isn't about, you know, if your drawing will be nice or if your painting will be pretty. It really, literally just is about that kind of like childlike wonder, you know? You know that meme of the kid and he's just like, he looks like he's fucking losing his mind. He's so happy and he's just like drawing with crayons and it just says like, I fucking love coloring. That's what we're going for. That's the vibes we're going for. It doesn't have to be anything else but that. It does not. It does not have to be literally anything else but that. That's the only vibes we're going for. Just yeah, it's all about fun. But Mona, what if I'm a perfectionist? And this is an exercise in learning to let go a little bit. And just learning to not be so perfectionist. Just work with whatever you got. And just like encourage, you know, even if you want to use MS Paint, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You know? You can use crayons. I think a lot of artists suffer, I don't know if suffer is the right word, struggle with, you know, oh, I have to be perfect and, you know, I have to do it like this and like that. That's not exactly a bad thing. I think perfectionism to a degree can be good for your art. You know, you're putting your best standards forward. You want to do your best, right? But I think sometimes you just kind of gotta remember that not every drawing, not every picture has to go on social media. Not everything you make has to be posted. Not everything you make has to be shared. Sometimes you can just paint or draw for the fun of it, you know, for the joy of it. And just, you know, like, just letting go, enjoying it. Oops. Oh, I was like, why? Oh, it's my eraser that turned on. Oops. And just be for your own satisfaction, yeah. I think that's something that a lot of people forget. We all kind of think that, like, well, if I'm gonna draw something or if I'm gonna paint something, it's a waste of time if I don't do it, you know, for you know, the social media currency, right? I think all of us, even if you say you don't care about numbers, right? It's there a little bit in your brain, right? Yeah, just breathe. Exactly. It really does not matter. It really does not matter. And let me tell you some wisdom. The people that say that they don't care about numbers, a lot of the time, those are the people that care the most. So, I think it's better to just be honest with yourself. And just kind of enjoy the ride. Sometimes the ups and the downs, right? It's important to not lose yourself in the craziness that is, you know, trying to get social media clout. I've been an artist online for a long time. I was never a popular artist online. But you know, I've dealt with it, you know? Anybody that's ever put their stuff online has kind of found themselves thinking like, how do I get more likes, you know? And well, it's not the end of the world if you think like that. I think it can drain a lot of fun out of things for you, right? You start kind of judging everything about your online presence, and it kind of drains things. It kind of drains the fun out of it, right? When at the end of the day, the most important thing is having fun. Look at this fluffy cloud. Isn't that nice? That's just from layering, going softly with the color. So we've got a fluffy cloud already in the corner. I'm gonna make this one here. I'm gonna do the same. The clouds will be kind of the centerpiece of the painting, at least for me. It's different for you if you want. But I really love drawing clouds, and drawing clouds makes me really happy. It's like very fluffy. It's a nice little like repetitive motion, right? And if you can't really see my hand, I wish you could see my hand, like, you know, actually painting this. But the way that I'm doing my paint strokes is like this. I do kind of like this. You know, like that. And that helps with the fluffy feeling, right? Naruhodo. Yeah, so really circles, whatever feels comfortable for you. I think the key here is to just kind of learn to layer on your colors as if you were layering on coats of paint. Right. It might be a little different if you're doing traditional. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna make these parts here extra bright. I want them to stand out a lot. I want a layer here. And another one here. I'm not gonna go too crazy on the clouds here at the bottom because I want them to kind of get lost a little bit in like the fog of the horizon. Does that make sense? Like that. And blend those together a little bit. And we have one side of clouds. Look at that. Not too hard, is it? And anyone can do that. This takes a little practice. You know, if yours don't look exactly like this, that's not a problem. It just takes a little bit of practice. But you'd be surprised. I learned how to paint clouds like this when I was like 13, 14, right? And it's nice. You end up with something very pretty, very kind of like realistic. Let's draw the other side. I'm gonna set up some of my layers here. I think I'll do one right here. And I think that'll be good enough. By the way, do any of you recognize the background music that I'm using today? I actually also used this background music during my debut. If you've never watched my debut, I do recommend it. Not to toot my own horn, but I put a lot of work into it. And basically, you know how like most VTuber debuts, right? Have like PowerPoints and stuff. I had a museum and I drew like 14 different drawings for it. I spent days and nights doing that. If you thought the Lunalia debuts were cool, well, find out where management decided to keep going with that, because we kicked so much ass. The Petal Eye debuts were great. management saw that and they're like, holy, these are incredible. We have to keep doing it this way from now on. Hi, meow. Oi! This BGM is not only from my debut stream. I actually... If you've been joining us for our SciTube gatherings, I've been watching a lot of Kou Mariya cook. He's a fishmonger YouTuber. Fishmonger being the people that like prepare seafood and fish, cut up fish. They butcher up the fish and stuff. Some of them go fishing themselves and they get their own stuff, right? But this is actually the BGM that he uses during a lot of the fish preparation. Yeah, Kou Mariya cook. I love his videos. I've watched like all of his videos. And that's what we've been doing in the SciTube lately. I just put on some fishmonger video. Hola! Don't you ever daydream about like just... What if your life was completely different, you know? It's not to say I don't like how my life is now. I'm pretty happy, all things considered, right? But sometimes, you know, I kinda daydream about what if I was a solitary fisherman on a little boat, living a vagrant lifestyle on the ocean. I've thought about that more than once, not gonna lie. Every time I see like a big river or like a big body of water, I just kind of think like, what if I just left it all behind? What if I just, you know, quit real life society, got a boat, and just became a boat hobo, you know? What if I just, you know, became a fisherman or something, right? A lot of people, every time I bring that up, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't think I could do it without the internet. But that's the point. Don't you think it would be nice to finally be liberated? You know? Social media wouldn't matter anymore. World news wouldn't matter anymore. You would just be completely free. Just you, the blue sky, and the ocean. Right. I don't know about you guys, but I don't get very many chances to unplug. My family was never the kind to go camping. Right? My issue is not the internet, social media being so centralized and the news depending on social media. See? You would be free of all of this if you lived on a boat, far away from society. You would be completely free of all of this. None of this would matter. All that would matter is the breeze, the stars, and the sun, the ocean. Right? That's all that would matter. Realistically speaking, of course, I probably wouldn't make it very long. I'd probably get, like, eaten by a shark and die or something like that. Yeah, because it's like monkhood, you know? It's like you become a monk in a temple, except instead of a temple, you know, it's a boat, and I become a boat hobo. If things really get rough, I guess I can become a pirate or something. I would have had to have planned a long time. Get all my favorite music and movies and games on a laptop or something. You guys don't get it. You guys simply do not get it. It is about the freedom. It is about being liberated of all worldly possessions and just becoming one with the ocean, one with nature. You guys do not see the vision. Of course, I don't think I would actually ever do it, but sometimes I do, like, you know, like, don't you ever kind of wonder, like, what it would be like to, like, walk a mile in the shoes of, like a monk or something like that, you know, like a Buddhist monk. Like, what must that kind of lifestyle be like? Of course, I'm not strong enough for something like that. But, you know, I just kind of think about that stuff randomly. I'm like, oh, I wonder, you know, there's so many different lifestyles out in the world. Sometimes I just wonder, like, what must it be like? I also think the same about organized crime. Sometimes I wonder, you know, I'm sitting there and in the same way I sit and wonder about, like, monkhood or being, like, a boat hobo or something. I'm like, I wonder what it's like to be, like, a Yakuza boss. You know, what must your daily life be like if you're, like, a level 100 mafia boss, you know? Cartel potential is within her. I do come from the freaking cartel capital of the world. Probably. I've talked about it before, right? I come from the state of Sinaloa in Mexico, right? Mexican tabemonos might be able to tell my accent when I speak Spanish. People from Sinaloa, people from, like, Culiacan specifically, where I come from, right? They're very known for kind of having like a sing-songy accent in Spanish, right? And my hometown of Culiacan is very famous for two things: music and narco trafficking. Those are the two things that are very, very famous where I come from. A lot of very popular like regional Mexican bands come from my home state. And the other biggest thing from my state is the Sinaloa cartel, which is one of the biggest cartels, one of the most powerful. Alright, I think my clouds are okay for now. I think I can kinda build them. Lots of pretty girls though. They do say that. They do say that girls from Sinaloa and girls from Culiacan are very pretty. I'll let you be the judge of that. I think I want to add some of this green from over here. Over here. Very interesting though. In my hometown, there's this place called... Well, in general, right, in my hometown, drug trafficking culture is very interesting, right? You don't need to be afraid of Mexico. You even in a place like Culiacan, you don't really need to be afraid of it. The cartel only fucks with their own people. They do not mess with unrelated people, usually. Right. Thanks for making the stream rewindable. No problem. I hope it helps with catching up with the painting, right? I don't have any cartel connections. Maybe if I really dug, maybe I could. But I don't think I have any. But family members of related people, I mean, maybe. It depends, right? But for example, it's a very common culture where I come from to like be very like flashy, right? For example, like, you know, you think of like mafia boss fashion or like yakuza fashion, right? In Mexico, the fashion that like the narcos wear, like a lot of the cartel guys wear, is like a lot of like fancy like designer brand stuff, but with like cowboy boots and like a cowboy hat. And then like a big ass pickup truck, you know, like the biggest like Ford F-150. And then you know, very like wealth being shoved in your face kind of thing. But the most interesting thing to me is that like for example the weapons, the guns, it's very common like when you see like weapons being seized by the police and stuff. They a lot of the times they'll catch like AK-47s encrusted in diamonds, like covered in gold leaf, like something really extra like that. That's the kind of culture I come from. Very like, very excessive, very flashy, right? Very in your face. See ya. So, where I come from, there's a place called Los Jardines de Lumaya. And it is very famous for being basically the narcos outside of the late supermarket. Yeah, exactly. See, people know. It's very normal. It's very normal. So yeah, where I come from, there's a place called Los Jardines de Lumaya. It's the Gardens of Umaya, right? And it is a... what would you call it? A cemetery? Graveyard? Pantheon? Basically a place where there's a bunch of like, you know, like graves, right? Cemetery like that, right? And you would not believe it, but you know, you go to like... it was one of the culture shocks when I came to the US, right? You go to a graveyard in the US and it's very like, most people just have a plaque on the ground. Maybe you'll get like a gravestone or something like that, right? Maybe very, you know, very like famous people will have... I'm adding a light color on top here, by the way, just because I think it'll make it stand out a little more. I want to make the sky a little brighter. So basically, you know, that's how graveyards kind of look like in the States, right? And for the most part, even that's a like pretty normal graveyard, right? But in Los Jardines de Lumaya, each person buried there is usually related to the cartel. It's like a graveyard really only for members of the cartel. you get an entire house. These guys have an entire house with air conditioning, electricity. Some of them even have Wi-Fi. And there's nothing in this house but basically like your grave and like a shrine to you. But yeah, a lot of them it'll be like a 1-2 story house. It's insane. It's insane. Yeah, it's very, very fancy, like mausoleums. Yeah. Yeah, they're straight up mausoleums. Yeah. It's like a full-size house. You can look it up, right? Jardines de Lumaya. I'm sure somebody can type the name, spell it out in chat so you can look it up, right? But it is very, very insane, right? And you may ask, come on, Monet, like, why the fuck would anybody have Wi-Fi in their mausoleum, right? Well, I mean, you guys all know about Dia de los Muertos, right? Day of the Dead. During Day of the Dead, which is right at the beginning of November, right? You celebrate. You celebrate, you have a party, you go over to the cemetery, you have a party at the grave, you know, of a beloved, right? So basically, these houses are done so that people can hang out there, yeah. So that people can hang out there, you know, and celebrate, and have like a place with like AC and like Wi-Fi and electricity and stuff like that, right? It's really fascinating. And that's the kind of culture I come from. Nice to hear you share it. I mean, I was pretty detached from it, right? You're from the same area. I'm from Culiacan. I haven't been to Culiacan in a while, so I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly, but like I've spent most of my time downtown in el centro, right? Where that big el mercado, you know, that big mercado is there. I spent a lot of time there. I'm very nostalgic for that area. I've been a city kid my whole life. So. I've never been to China, no. Okay, I think I made this pretty okay. I'm gonna just kind of solidify some of these colors here. I'm gonna add some of this green a little bit more here. Los tianguis, yeah. The flea market. Alright, we've got some clouds. Alright, I think I've spent a long time talking about stuff like that. So let's get some... Let's get some grass here. Solidify the super chat, nerd. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Welcome, Wolfen Wings! So I want the horizon to be there. So I'm gonna do this here. This is gonna take a moment. But yeah, that's what my hometown is like. I never really came in contact with it, only a couple times, right? The truth is that, like, when you're living there, like, you come in contact with the culture. It's like, it's not impossible, but it is kind of rare that you'll come face to face with cartel culture. At least when I was younger. I don't know how it is nowadays. Right? It does happen though. The thing I miss the most though is the food. Oh my god. I miss the food the most. One of my favorite things in the world is what they call Foliage sushi. This is the first sushi I ever had. Before I actually had real sushi. Nowadays I prefer real sushi. But there's still a very beautiful spot in my heart for Mexican sushi. Basically, it was this huge thing that was trending when I was growing up, where it's like sushi rolls, but like basically, you know, just like very Mexicanized. So you would have like a sushi roll with like, yeah, carne asada or like grilled chicken or something like that, right? In sushi, and they would like batter it and deep fry it. And then they like, you know, they'll like grill like a pepper with it. And then like you get it served and it's like and you get this yeah, you get like a chile toreado. Hi Nova, welcome on rats. Welcome. Welcome, lab rats. Welcome! My name is Monet, a V4Mirai second generation pedalite. Today, I am teaching you how to paint. The joy of painting a landscape together. We are painting a pretty little meadow with some clouds, some grass. And right now we're talking about... we're talking about Mexican sushi. I was talking about my hometown and cartel culture. Yeah, Mexican sushi. Yeah, where I come from Sinaloa in Mexico. I don't live there anymore. That's where I grew up, right? There's Mexican sushi, and basically it is yeah, it's like carne asada, like steak inside a sushi roll and like battered and fried. And then they put like spicy mayo on it. It's like so not like your typical sushi. It's really good. Oh my gosh, double raid. Yeah. Hi, welcome raiders. Welcome. Hi, Remy's. Welcome. Welcome. I guess I'm the raid target today. Thank you. Hope you guys had a good stream. Were you playing a horror game today, or was that yesterday? We're just painting. If any of you are familiar with Bob Ross, kind of just doing a similar thing. Instead of rather I'm teaching you a landscape we can paint. Oh, you played Don't Scream. Interesting. Yeah, we're having a cozy time. I got really drunk yesterday. So I'm really glad to be doing something chill. Sí, soy de México. Ya no vivo en México, pero soy de por ahí. Right, so we've got this. I kind of want a more yellowy tone on my meadow. If you know what I mean, like. So maybe if I mix these a bit. Yeah, something like this color right there. I had a very wild karaoke stream yesterday. I'm surprised I still have a voice because I started doing like screamo growling and I got really into it. Any noise complaints? No, I've been pretty good. I want a little bit of like, in my mind, when I think about this like sunny meadow, right? I think of like a little bit of like sun shining on the grass. So once again, I have a very low opacity on my brush, and I'm just kind of putting this yellow color on here. Like that a bit. It was unarchived, unfortunately, because every song I love to sing is not approved by our singing karaoke perms, and so if I had to only sing the stuff that we had perms for, I don't know if I could survive, right? I do still have a voice today. It does hurt a little bit. My throat does hurt a little bit, but it's nice that I'm able to talk softly today and just have fun painting. I welcome all of you. We are still near the beginning, so if you are joining us from a raid, I really welcome you to pick up some art supplies, maybe MS Paint, Clip Studio. I'm using Procreate right now. Whatever you want, you can use that. And join us for some painting. Did I call my mom back? No, I didn't. Well, maybe I'll call her today after stream. Oops. Oops. You ever encountered total fireworks? I'm not sure. It's okay, my mom knows I'm busy, but I should give her a call soon. I haven't called her in a couple weeks. Oh, I need to cover my edges here. I want to blur the horizon a little bit. So I'm gonna grab some of this color from around here. And here. Mama Monet here. Well, the thing is, like, my mom keeps traveling. She keeps traveling, and so, like, when I finally think, like, whew, I have a moment to breathe. No crazy projects or anything, right? I'm like, oh, when I think of like, oh, maybe I'll give her a call. She sends me a message. And she's like, oh, just so you know, honey, I'm gonna be in so-and-so place. I'm gonna go to Mexico, or I'm gonna be in, I don't know, freaking Europe, or I'm going to Singapore or something like that, or Vegas or something like that for a week. And I'm like, okay, mom. Ooh, we've got kind of a misty meadow going on here. Yeah, my mom likes traveling a lot. Ooh, you know what? I kind of want to draw a little path. Doesn't that sound nice? Like a little path, like, kind of like around here, like something kind of going off into the distance like that. Ooh, that seems really nice. I think I want to do that. What color should we make it? Let's see. Happy little path, yeah. Maybe mixing some of this like yellow, green with a little bit of maybe Indian yellow. Something like that. You ever heard a bit you would love to visit another country someday? I mean, I do too, but there's both of her kids, me and my sister, you know, have moved away from home, right? And her house is paid off. She has her own business, right? That like it doesn't make like a ton of money, but at least it does earn her some money. And her husband, is like one of those people that, you know, like worked his way from the bottom to a pretty high-ranking position at his company, right? So like, I believe he started out as a taxi driver and worked his way up, and now has like pretty big, like high-ranking position, you know, like office position, right? So it's like double income, no kids to pay for, right? What else are you gonna spend your money on? It makes sense, right? Very happy for her. It took her a while to find that kind of life, right? So maybe my path. I'll start my path over here. Yep, double income, no kids, yep. I've only gotten to travel to, obviously, like I've gone back to Mexico a couple times. And then I've been able to go to Japan, and then that's it. My mom has gone to travel a whole lot. I used to be a little frustrated with all my mom's traveling, because like I'd be like, damn mom, can't you just like stay in a single place for a while? Like, can you calm down? But she works hard, so. She works hard, she was a single mom for a while. I think she deserves it, right? Make this path pretty bright. I'm gonna make my brush a little bigger. Pretty bright over here. Happy little path. I wonder what kind of people or animals take this path. I'm making it pretty clear right now, but I'd like to blur it into the landscape a little more, because I don't want it to be like a very artificial path. I want it to be kind of a... No, actually, I say that and it's a little too bright. I'm gonna grab some of this color here. I want it to be more kind of like natural kind of path. So I'm gonna blur it into the background here, and I'm gonna do that by grabbing the color here at the edge. That kind of like slipped out a little bit. I'm gonna use that to blend it. See how it blends pretty easily? These colors are already kind of similar. Like that. Ooh, my battery's getting low. Let me see if I have a charger of sorts. Huh? Oh, there's a sword. Come on. Oh, looks like it works. Oh, not charging. Oh. I'm gonna have to put the iPad on my lap a little bit. When is ASMR stream? Members, ASMR is tonight at 9 p.m. for Takara Mono tier. Nope. Is it charging now? Yeah, it is. Okay. Blend around here. Blend these sides here. I want to keep some of it still kind of like bright. Right? Just woke up. It's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. Put it around top here. Oh, this is comfy so far. Very nice. Very nice. Glad you guys like this and these kind of chill vibes too. It makes me happy. I hadn't done this kind of stream in a while. I wasn't sure if you guys still enjoy a kind of stream like this, something more chill. And it makes me really happy. It makes me really happy that you guys enjoy chill time like this together too. It is very comfy for me too to just be able to go off about art and stuff like that. It's fun to be able to show you all the different sides of myself. I want some of this yellow to blend in with the horizon. Personally, my painting style is kind of like a blurrier style, right? Some artists have like much more solidified shapes. I like my painting being very like blurry and stuff like that, right? Alright, so we have a little path. I think it's time to maybe add some shape to this landscape. So I grabbed some of the green up here. Do you see how I'm not grabbing any colors from the palette much anymore? Once I start needing new colors, then maybe I'll grab them, right? In fact, you know what? Let's try that. I want to try adding maybe a little bit of pink. Because I think maybe a little bit of pink would make this nice. Just gonna do a very light... grab maybe... this color here. I don't know if this will work, but I want to see if adding a little bit of pink in the shadows of the clouds will look nice. It might work, it might not. We'll see. I wanted to have kind of a romantic feeling. I don't know if it'll work. Doesn't really add anything, so I'm not gonna go for it. At least not yet. Maybe I'll do something like this where I added a little bit into the sunset. Or into the sunset, into the horizon. To kind of make it look a little warmer. Like that. That works a little. I don't think it's super necessary though. Your path is a really ugly color. Yeah. What happened? Did you pick a weird color? I'm glad you guys think this is really cozy. Today's gonna be a really cozy day for me. Well, you know what? I do kind of like adding some of the red, pink a little bit. I do like some of it around here. I think it warms up some of these clouds a bit. Okay, I do like it after all. The shit trail, don't say that! It's beautiful. It's beautiful no matter what. No matter what, it's a beautiful little trail. I think a lot of artists don't try drawing backgrounds. I think a lot of artists are intimidated by backgrounds. I'm gonna be real, sometimes I think backgrounds are easier than drawing people. Because people have anatomy, proportions, right? It's like if you don't get the proportions right, if you don't get the anatomy right, you draw a person and it looks kind of strange sometimes, right? The lighting is a lot more strict, right? With a background, there's less math. You don't have to be as precise, right? I think I want to draw some hills here, some happy little hills. The outlines of some hills right there. I feel like this is still kind of a foggy meadow, so we don't have to do anything crazy. I feel like with backgrounds, especially nature, right? There's not as much rules, right? You can kind of be more relaxed. You can kind of like get away with more random stuff because it's nature. Right? Lots of different things can happen in nature. I'm gonna draw a very faint hill in the distance here. Very faint right there. Make it a little blurry. See, doesn't that already give it a lot more depth? You see? You gotta remember that things in the distance are lighter and things in the foreground will be brighter. So if you want to give your painting a little bit more depth, you can add something in the distance. Just remember to make it a little lighter to make it blend into the background a bit more. I used to be intimidated by backgrounds too. I used to think they were kind of scary because it's like, oh, it seems like a lot to do, right? Learning perspective and all this stuff. It doesn't really matter, right? Draw another hill here. Nature has much more organic shapes, much more forgiving shapes than like drawing a person, right? Oh, that already has a lot more to it. Isn't this nice? Yeah, you can add a lot of little details and it's fun. Really fun. You're the one that tries to do everything at once. Well, it's a lesson. It's a lesson you gotta learn, right? Try to do everything at once, you're gonna end up with something that doesn't look as good. You gotta take your time. You gotta give your attention to these objects that deserve your attention, you know? Alright. I think we don't have too much left in this painting. What I'd like to do next is make it a little obvious, more obvious, kind of like that it's like a meadow. I'd like to add maybe some flowers, some smaller details, some objects, things like that. So I'm gonna make sure I separate what's far away from what's close by making it a little darker. Make this a little bigger. Need soft-boiled eggs. There's this... I don't use TikTok, but every once in a while, you know, I'll find like a stray TikTok that gets uploaded somewhere. There's this one I really like. And it's just like this old man in his backyard. And he's just eating a sandwich of like boiled eggs with avocado. And he's just like, huevitos cocidos, aguacatito. And he's got his like little like boiled eggs and avocados. And just like on white bread. He bites into it. He's like, tasty. He puts some hot sauce on it. And then, like, he opens up a bottle of, like, cold water. He's like, agüita. And he just, like, he looks so blissful. He, like, eats more avocado. And he's like, I got more boiled eggs if you want some. He, like, laughs. And he looks so joyful. And I was so obsessed with that TikTok for a while that I just kept buying boiled eggs and avocados every time I went grocery shopping. And I would just have that for lunch so many times. This boiled egg with avocado sandwich. It really is a glimpse into paradise. It really is. Oh, sorry, hold on. I wonder what else I should add to this. Think maybe a little bit of this like dark sienna mixed with some of this yellow that I have here. Grab maybe that color. And maybe some posts here. You know how sometimes you see like kind of like a trail somewhere and there's like a couple kind of posts, right? Maybe like it's got a little like board there. It's kind of broken. Something like that. Then a noisy cat that will go meow. My cats get noisy during streams sometimes. You guys just don't hear it because my microphone blocks it off. There has been like once or twice during ASMR that you might like you're able to hear a cat meow though. Sometimes during ASMR you'll hear them do their thing, you know. You can hear them meow or something. I think during one of my last ASMRs, my cat came up and you could hear his purring in the ASMR mic. It was very sweet, very lovely. It was very comfy. My cat is very chunky and cute. The post. I do kind of like it, but I don't know if I'm like painting it correctly. Well, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I think I want to add a little bit of detail. So let's get smaller in. I'm gonna make my opacity a little less and maybe start drawing some grass. Just a little bit. Maybe a different color. Maybe more like this. Just to kind of blend in this bit a little bit. I have a very fat orange cat. He's very sweet. He's very lovey. He is very big though. Like, he's a little fat, but he's also in general just a big cat. He's like the size of a dog. So I basically have a dog in a cat costume. And he likes playing fetch with toys, and he likes running around. He's basically a big dog. Does he like lasagna? He's never had it, but I'm sure if he tried it, he would love it. Ooh. It's not much, but I do like the little detail this gets. I'm gonna add some little plants here in the middle. This is the grass I'm making right now. ¡Hola, Ruby! ¡Hola, Ubi! Déjame hacerte mod. ¡Hola! Bienvenida. Nah, I just have a big cat. I have a big, chunky, fat cat. What is he doing right now? Oh, he's sleeping. He likes sleeping on my pillow. He's taking a little nap. And some more grass right here. You know, since we are doing kind of like a Bob Ross inspired stream, right? The first time I did one of these streams, I watched a lot of his, like episodes of like the Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. You do learn a lot of really good techniques from that. He's a very skilled painter. Very, very skilled painter. The only thing that does kind of suck is that, like, traditional tools work very differently than digital tools. I think a lot of his techniques work best traditionally, because a lot of Bob Ross's techniques are very much about using the shape of the brushes, or like using like the corner of things. It's a very like tactile kind of thing. Which is a lot nicer. Yeah, the feel of the canvas. Yeah. Very different. Yeah, personally, I think a lot of my IRL, like my traditional work, is kind of nicer. I prefer traditional, to be honest. But it's harder to show that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I'd watch a very funny 6+ art VTuber streamer trying to follow Bob Ross guide and now got bodied. How's he so fast? Was said by multiple people. One of the things actually is that Bob Ross, actually, the paintings that he does them twice. So any painting that he does on his show, he does it twice. He does it once before the show, and then he does it again for the show. And it makes sense, you know, he warms up, he knows exactly what to tell you, exactly how to show it to you. I think it's really smart. I think I want to add some flowers. I want some purple flowers. Oh no, you know what? I want some pink flowers with this pink that I got right here. I think rather than making like detailed shapes of flowers, I'm just gonna add little dots of like where some stuff would be. Just kind of giving you the impression of flowers rather than specifically, right? I don't know, can you hold my hand through everything you've done for the past 105 minutes? Of course. Some flowers here. Maybe some big ones over here. Big ones close to the middle. I don't even know if these are real flowers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just want to add some flowers. I just think it'd be fun. I don't know if I should add trees. I think maybe some trees would help fill this out. But I think I'd be able to. I don't know. Like, I have a little bit of trouble painting trees that aren't like pine trees. It's one of my weaknesses. Pine trees I'm okay at painting. Everything else I've never really practiced, so they're a little intimidating. Just a little bit. I'm getting so chill and relaxed. I got too chill and too relaxed. I'm gonna add some more leaves here. A little bit more here. I think it's really inspiring that Bob Ross, you know, everybody knows kind of the story of how he went from being a drill sergeant to a paint instructor. A lot of people are like, how could somebody like that have so much peace in his heart? I think you'd be surprised at what is actually in the heart of some people, right? Are you having trouble making grass and bushes? Here, let's make some bushes. I think the secret is gonna be in the colors. So you want to pick a color that's probably either a little lighter or darker than the color that you have already. And just kind of in the same way that we did the clouds. I think we could probably add a bush around here. I'm gonna choose some of this color from the back here. Something a little like this. Doesn't quite look like how I wanted it to look. But I think if I add more over here, maybe it'll help. Pushes are kind of hard, huh? A little bush right here. And a little one right here. This is pretty hard, huh? It's okay. We'll make it work. maybe what I need is a better color. Just something like this. Maybe mixed with a little bit of blue. I think maybe that'll put them together. Put the colors together a little bit. Here we go. Some like a little bit of like when I separate the colors, it helps a lot, I think. And I think sometimes you can make bushes be blue, a little purple. You can add a lot of different colors. Helps a lot, actually. Mix these colors a bit together. And maybe a little bit over here. I think I will do maybe a couple trees. Couple trees and then maybe we'll be all good. Maybe we'll be all done. Let's see if I can try the trees. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm not very confident right now. So I'm gonna do another layer. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been doing this all in a single layer. Just because that's kind of how I prefer to do it, right? Just one single layer. But I'm gonna try a tree on a separate layer just because I don't know how confident I'm feeling. Maybe just have one little tree over there. One over here. Maybe some more off in the distance. Like that. Just to add some depth, I think. Might be a little hard to see on my stream, but I hope you can still see. Single layers, true pro. You'd be surprised. I personally have more fun painting on a single layer than like on multiple layers. I think on a single layer, it kind of like it makes me think out some of my stuff more. And also, like, it decomplicates things. When I have too many layers, it makes things complicated. Like, organizing becomes a hassle and it takes some fun out of it for me. The kind of drawing I like to do is, like, the simpler the better. That's why I prefer stuff like Procreate over, like, Photoshop or Clip Studio. Because for me, the simpler something is, kind of the better. The more I'll like it. I'm gonna add some light to these trees. In the middle. I like merging. That works too. I think it ends up being a little easier, you know? Like, just in a single layer. I'm not gonna get too crazy with the details here, but I think just kind of adding colors will help. See, this is looking pretty nice. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. I'll add some very small details with a very fine brush, and then I think we'll be done. Some trees over here. Some more over here. Yes, I am getting a little sleepy. I'm getting a little tired, and I don't want to be super duper exhausted. Remember, ASMR today, I'd like to be a little rested for that. I think after this, I'm probably gonna snuggle up with my cat and take a nap. I haven't really thought too hard into what I want the theme for members ASMR to be. I think I kind of just, more than anything, I kind of just want to spend time together. I guess we'll see. We'll see what it ends up being. I just think it'd be nice to spend some time together. Okay, let's add some details to this path. And I'm gonna use some of this dark color here. I'm gonna make my thing very... Oh, it's too dark. Come on. I need a dark color. I'm gonna go with here. And you know what? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna make it a little darker on my side. And just go like this. Just gonna draw some details. This is my own style. Something like that. And draw some slight stuff. And the last thing I want to do, I want to take some titanium light. And I want to make my clouds stand out extra. And then I'll be all done. So at the lightest points of the clouds, I'm gonna make them even lighter. I'm gonna add some like bright white. It's not a solid rule, right? But something that I've heard that they teach you in like art classes and stuff like that. And like part of like color theory stuff is that like you shouldn't use solid black or solid white in your illustrations, right? At least not for the main colors, right? You can come out with much more interesting colors if you use, for example, instead of black, you use like a very, very dark blue, or like a very dark green, or like a dark brown, or purple, something like that, right? Something important to keep in mind. It does help. It does make a difference. But I'm gonna use a little bit just to highlight some of these clouds. Because why not? I want them to really stand out. Not too much though. I don't want him to look too shiny. Just a couple of them. And then maybe... Ooh, I kind of like this. Just a little centerpiece. A little moon. Kind of nice. Kind of nice. I like that. I'm gonna add some of... a little bit of like a light halo around it. Like that. A little bit right here. I want some stars in here. And I think I'm done. I think that's it for me. I think that's my painting. It's nothing crazy, but I think I had fun. Guess I'll sign it now. I'm gonna sign it with a... I'm gonna grab the red, I guess. I'll sign it here in the corner. Monet. What's today? What's today? 6/14. Ta-da! Ta-da! Ooh, I accidentally added a lot in that other layer. Ta-da! Now I can crop it. Now here's something that you can do only with digital art. And that is, we can crop out whatever we don't like. And we can adjust some of the colors. So I'm gonna see, I'd like to up the saturation for some of this. Up some of the saturation. Maybe lower the brightness a little bit. No, I like the desaturated look a little bit. And then this is all very much just stuff that I want to do. I'm gonna grab an airbrush, make it pretty big. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a vignette around the corners. And very light vignette just to kind of frame it in. I want to blur it a little bit. it's all done. And I think that is my piece for today. Pretty nice, huh? Pretty fun. Didn't come out exactly how I imagined, but it's still a very like nice, comfy piece, right? Still very nice, very comfortable. Nice job, Monoros. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's very fun to paint this. I hope I don't expect all of you guys to be done with your paintings. So I encourage you to keep going, spend some time, you know, just working along and just kind of putting in the details that you want to. Don't get too perfectionist. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just a nice little landscape, right? Just something comfy. If you'd like to share it, you're welcome to use the hashtag Monomism, aka my general hashtag on Twitter. You're welcome to just post it on Discord as well if you just want me to see it. Or you're very welcome to just keep it to yourself and, you know, just kind of keep this piece that you enjoyed creating to yourself and not worry about it. That's totally valid too. That was comfy. I'm so ready for a nap now. I'm so ready for a nap now. So if you joined me today, I hope that you had a fun time. For my Takaramonos, I'll see you later. And as for my schedule, so it looks like tomorrow my collab got postponed. So I'll let you know if I end up doing something. I might end up taking the evening to myself to just chill. But I will be on Serina's stream for a little bit tomorrow for her 1-year anniversary stream. It's gonna be around 3 p.m. PST. My Lancer collab with a lot of VNU girls and other girls did get rescheduled. So we'll see where that ends up. And then on Sunday, we're gonna be having a members only group canvas where we're gonna be drawing together. And that is for Monomist tier and up. I did make a new tier for ASMR, but however, that doesn't mean that members' streams have to end, right? So I'd like to do a little members drawing stream where we fill up a canvas together, just with whatever doodles. Doesn't have to be pretty, it can just be whatever little doodles, right? And yeah, and then we'll be all done. We'll be all done. I'm so chill now. I'm so cozy now. Let's see who's on. You know what? I'm gonna raid Rhubarb. I've never gotten to raid Rhubarb. She's very supportive. When she's drunk, she says she loves me, and I love her for that. So let's go over to Rhubarb from Globy. Can I crack some bones? Can I? I don't think I have anything that cracks right now. So, thank you so much everybody for joining me today on The Joy of Painting with Monet. I I've been Monet here. It's been my pleasure to be your instructor today. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of stream. If you did, please let me know. And maybe we can do more streams like this next time. So, I love you all. I'll see you later. I hope you take it easy. And say it with me, everybody. Outskirty! Outskirty! I'll see you guys.